In today's new Dragon Ball fan manga, Bulma has been corrupted by Majin.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell to help us achieve the 300k mortal plan. Every soul counts. As we wait for the continuation of Bulma and Vegeta fall in love on planet Namek, Queen of Fangs has a new Dragon Ball fan manga for us. This one's a little bit shorter, a lot more different, more of a fantasy Dragon Ball fan manga of a story where Bulma becomes taken over by Babidi and becomes Majin Bulma. Now, you kind of are wondering to yourself at this point, how would that work? Why would that be the case? And how powerful would Bulma actually be? And I actually have all those answers for you guys coming up next. So sit back, relax, and let's see exactly how this tragedy unfolds. So the beginning of this Dragon Ball fan manga, we actually don't get to see in manga format, but Queen of Fangs actually told me the story through DMs, and I'm gonna share with you guys right now. Babidi created a contingency plan where he created a clone of himself just in case he failed and he died, similar to his father before him, and that ends up happening in the Dragon Ball Z anime / manga. So the clone wakes up and vows revenge against Vegeta of all people, because Vegeta was the one that basically ruined the entire plan by fighting the Majin Mark, fighting Majin Buu, and he is friends with the Z fighters that ended up killing the original Babidi. So how does Babidi do this without failing like he did before? Remember, the Majin Mark really doesn't work on Vegeta as good as it works on everybody else, but there is one person that cannot fight the Majin Mark, and that is the closest person to Vegeta at this point, Bulma. Bulma doesn't have dark evil at any point inside her soul, but the magic that Babidi is using pulls out all the negative energy and all the insecurities out of a person, and that is how he gets a grasp of you, making the Majin Mark appear and taking control of your body. So what insecurity did Babidi actually take a hold of within Bulma to get her under his control? Well, Bulma wants to feel young, and as we've seen throughout all of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, she kind of wants to remain young, plus she's got the money and Dragon Balls to do so, and that is something that is very much one of her huge insecurities, and Babidi takes advantage of that because she feels like she's losing her beauty, and Babidi pulls on that to get the Majin Mark to appear by vowing to give her eternal youth and beauty forever. So Babidi's plan is twofold here. He wants to control Bulma, and that way Bulma can harm Vegeta in the way that Bulma can, by either damaging herself, hurting him when he's not expected, and also luring him to Babidi's destroyed old ship. And with Vegeta seeing Bulma in the state, the Majin Mark state, of course he's going to be broken and pissed off and psychologically not really be there, so Babidi could use his magic to try to destroy both of them once Vegeta's guard's down, and that is what he intends to do, and that is where we start off this brand new Dragon Ball fan manga, with Bulma lording over a already broken, psychologically damaged Vegeta. First thing I gotta say is that I love the Majin Bulma design. It is essentially Bulma with her makeup streaming down her face. It looks like she had been crying, or maybe that's the way that she wanted or intended to look, but she must have got the Majin Mark and decided to dress like this, because remember, Babidi is pulling on her sense of being vain and her sense of beauty, so of course Bulma's gonna get herself all dolled up just to get into the part, and this dress along with the makeup, the earrings, everything just pulls together so well. Plus the Majin Mark looks very well done on Bulma. As you guys can see right here, Vegeta really does not know what to do. Emotionally and psychologically, he is damaged, and Bulma has him by the hair. Seeing how emotionally damaged Vegeta is at this point already just by transforming Bulma into a Majin, Babidi realizes that he can probably nail the coffin shut by destroying Bulma right in front of him, and then that would be enough for him to either destroy Vegeta or control him. So he sends out a tremendous blast of magic energy to destroy Bulma, vaporizing her to nothing, and that is when Vegeta, who again isn't mentally there in this fight, is running for her because he wants to protect her the same way you guys can see Piccolo protected Gohan in early Dragon Ball Z. And that's exactly what happens. This blasts Vegeta right in the back, quite literally in his blind spot, strong enough to do terrible damage not only to himself but to his body. Remember, this is a normal ki, this is magic ki, so Babidi had this, or at least his clone had this in store just in case he faced Vegeta. Vegeta's eyes begin to glaze over as he realizes that his body has been completely shut down and almost at his limit, but he is mainly worried about Bulma. You weren't hurt, Bulma, were you? It really shows that this part of the manga, he is so intent on saving Bulma from the Majin mark because he realizes how horrible the Majin mark was because it was on him for quite some time, pushing him into that evil plane that he didn't want anybody else to go toward, especially not the love of his life. And this selfless act breaks the control that Babidi has over Bulma as she looks on to Vegeta crying, and then Vegeta slowly falls over, caressing her cheek and giving her a kiss on the forehead. This is obviously a much sweeter Vegeta than the one we knew from Dragon Ball Z, but it seems like dying, coming back throughout the Majin arc, this probably takes place right after the Dragon Ball Z Buu arc, has really changed him profoundly. This is between Z and Super Vegeta. And he basically says as much because Bulma has always been good to him and he's trying to pull her out of the mark, showing that he's actually grown as a character. He wants to grow old with Bulma together, even though he's about to pass out from the blast, which he totally does, falling right on top of a shocked Bulma, who finally sees the error of her ways and the Majin mark completely disappears. Vegeta has done it. He has broken the Majin mark from Bulma. Unfortunately for clone Babidi, the blast that he just did starts breaking apart the ship, which was already in a tattered state, and even the crystal that Babidi is using to control not only Bulma but the magic key that he was using shatters. The place begins to crumble and Bulma starts pulling Vegeta out of there, even losing her shoes in the process because she is trying to escape before they're caved in. Nobody can help Vegeta and she's just a regular person, and it doesn't seem like the Majin mark really has made her much stronger or anything like that. Maybe a little bit more strength, but that's just me using headcanon. This just seems like it made her into a puppet of Babidi for the most part. She isn't a fighter or anything, so of course that wouldn't be the case, but she would be a good puppet to have because she's so smart, and Babidi could have done a lot more damage than just a revenge story with this. And as Babidi yells back at them, "Don't leave me down here, how dare you, come back, save me," because this thing's gonna cave in on Babidi, who also is rather weak physically, Bulma saves Vegeta, and we cut to the aftermath where we see the couple back at Capsule Corp. Vegeta is all bandaged up, and Bulma, who also seemed to have gotten a haircut when she went Majin, yeah, she is there for him. She is back to normal and they are together again, and the song that is playing is Science Fiction Double Feature by Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I can't play it for copyright reasons, but just know that I'm gonna have a link to that song in the description below. That way you guys can go ahead and click on it and play the scene with the song and see the manga, or the ending of the manga, as it was intended. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of this story, and let's see who won #EndOfVideoSquad. The winner of today's #EndOfVideoSquad, the soul that decided to stay till the very end of my previous video and drop #EndOfVideoSquad on their comment, is going to be Daniel Velosa. The way that Vegeta thinks he conquered Earth was hilarious. This was a great manga. Thank you so much. I actually thought that part was the best part. If I could go back and do my audio again, I would say that was my favorite panel, where he's just kind of like on Earth leaning on it because now it's his. It is weird that he didn't actually try to conquer the planet, but I guess at this point now, he probably was tired, didn't really have a purpose, and just was focused and fixated on the Super Saiyan legend, and he knew that Goku would come back, and either he would be fighting Goku because he destroyed the planet or conquered the planet, or he could learn from Goku how to become a Super Saiyan. So neither of those two things happen, but eventually he does become one, so that's how that story ends. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your comment. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.